Hello all, just about to get this stream going. I'm going to stream some testing of Nurgle, the new faction that's in the forthcoming version of my mod for Dominions 5, the Summer Warhammer mod. They're just going to noodle around in single player. I'll just get started in a moment. Dominions 5, the Summer Warhammer mod. They're just going to noodle around in single player. I'll just Okay, let's get this going. So you can see I've got the Summer Warhammer mod on and the National Pop Type and PD mod. That's the one that means that I get my own province defense in stuff rather than indie province defense in various provinces. So I'm just going to make a new game and we're just going to sort of fiddle around a bit and I'll show you some Nurgle stuff for a little while. Random map's fine. They're in the Middle Era. We're going to do some Master AIs. I will be playing as... Where is Nurgle? Nurgle, Children of Joyous Rot. One of the four ruinous powers, the gods of chaos that draw strength from the darkest mortal emotions and drives. Nurgle is known as the Plague God, Lord of Pestilence, or the Father, for their domain is disease, decay, destruction, but also rebirth, growth, and fecundity. That's kind of like fertility and growth. The followers of Nurgle are many and varied, but all seek esteem in the eyes of Grandfather Nurgle. So I'll be Nurgle, I'll just have the other players be random, that's fine. Yeah, so national features, hardened humans with partial cold resistance, beast of chaos, prefer cold +2, and death scales do not reduce supply. Death scales do reduce income though, so watch out for that. Their military is made of exceptional heavy infantry and cavalry, medium infantry, few ranged weapons. Some troops and commanders can earn promotion or transfiguration, being turned into a spawn. Their magic is average, they have nature, death, some earth, fire, and blood. They're mostly nature and death. Their priests are weak. They may perform blood sacrifice, and their dominion increases turmoil regardless of scales, increases death in provinces you don't control. Demons weaken outside. That gets cut off there, so I need to fix that, but weaken outside your dominion. And then their buildings are standard forts. You can see their lineup of stuff here. We'll talk a bit more about those units later. And then, of course, we've got the preview sites that show you the different types of spawn you can get, different types of multi-heroes, and the single hero that's available to you is Festus the Leech Lord. And here's the commander promotions and things. I'm really happy with the sprite work that I did for Nurgle. I think they look pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to have a decent bit of Dominion strength. What are we going to take for our Pretender? Something gross and disgusting. Maybe we'll take a Carrion Dragon. We'll have it be dormant. And let's have a look. I'm going to take Turmoil, because we always end up with Turmoil, because we are Nurgle. I'm going to take Growth, because I like Growth. Let's boost the cold up to 3. I want to have some production. It's definitely something I like to have. What bless effects can we have that would actually be good with Nurgle? Berserker's quite useful. Recuperation I don't so much need. Reforming Flesh, Stygian Flesh. I'm going to take Withering Weapons, and I'm going to take Berserker because I am silly. This is not me recommending taking these things at all, by the way. Can I go awake now then? Yes. These are not the most terrible scales, and we're going to have a Carrion Dragon flying around and doing stuff. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do that much with him, but we can have a little play around with him. Calmgull, that's fine. Let's allow ourselves renaming. And let's leave the rest as it is, probably. Jake Slayer says, exciting, now me and my brothers can play all players of Chaos God and fight each other for dominance. Yeah, I think that's it's nice that there's now 3 main Chaos factions, then you've also got Norska and Beastmen as additional Chaos factions, and then there's the Chaos Dwarves too, but I'm not sure that people really count them as Chaos. The only one that's missing is Tzeentch. Yeah. So I would like to make Tzeentch, but it's a lot of work. But that is the big remaining missing nation, so it'd be cool to get them done. Just creating a random map at the moment. I think that apparently I'm getting a warning that the bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Ooh. Maybe this stream's going to come out very choppy. Not sure if I can do anything about that. You can let me know if it's super laggy or anything. I was having a bit of trouble getting this stream to work. Maybe I can drop the latency. No, it's not going to let me. In the beginning, there was chaos. Now the wheel has turned once again. Always love to see that message. An unexpected event has occurred in Nurgle. This is our starting message, giving us some information about our mechanics. We have the Path of the Warrior and the Path of the Champion. If you've played my mod, you've probably seen these before for the other Chaos factions. It's the same for Nurgle. But then you have a couple of additional things. One thing is that you have plagues. A unique plague may emerge in a forted province other than your capital that has greater than 8,000 population, greater than 4 dominion, a temple, and a lab. So you need to really build up a particular fort, temple, lab, and everything, and pick a good population center for that. The plague will then spread over time, harming the enemy and helping you. Plague doctors can help this spread. There are 2 unique plagues currently. I'm going to add some more, but right now the 2 plagues are the zombie plague and Nurgle's rot, which is the most famous one that turns people into plague bearers. Additionally, your Dominion increases turmoil towards 3 regardless of scales. That's the same as the other Chaos factions, and increases death towards 3 in provinces you don't control. So if your Dominion is in a province you don't control, including indie provinces, it moves it towards death 3. But because I've got growth 3, they're going to kind of equal out. So basically, my Dominion's not going to provide much growth outside of provinces that I control. Let's get ourselves a prophet real quick. Calm Goal can just chill for a turn. I'm not going to blind expand. And we'll send our scout out. So we're going to kind of expand over this way, I guess. What are we going to recruit at the start? I guess a decent expansion force. We would like to have aspiring champions. We don't have many resources at the moment, so we're not going to go for these resource-heavy guys. But getting 2 aspiring champions really early on is good because they can get the promotion track. Let's have a couple of these. They're limited to 2 per month. This is our Bile Trolls. And then let's have a bunch of Marauder Hunters. Our starting army is fairly decent. It's a bunch of guys with tower shields, which is kind of cool. Nurgle's a bit more defensive than the other Chaos factions, and then we've got Hunters as well, so let's just stick them out there. I like to tell my guys to go and start fights, but he actually is going to be a prophet, isn't he? So he doesn't need to be told to start fights. Calm Goal. Does he have breath attack? I can't remember much about the Carrion Dragon. He doesn't. He just kind of chills out and then attacks rearmost, I guess. That's his thing. Cool. Research, we're probably going to be going into Blood because that's where our summons are. Chaos Spawn, Plague Bearers, Pox Riders, Plague Bearer, Squads, Beasts of Nurgle, Drone Riders, Heralds, Pox Rider Vanguard, and the Demon Prince of Nurgle, and then finally the Great Unclean One. I'm probably going to tweak the spells a bit before long for Nurgle because they're quite hard for them to cast at the moment. They're not as good at Blood as the other nations. They're more Death and Nature-y, and maybe I'll move things out of Blood. I'm not sure. I really don't know. And then you have one conjuration spell, Nurgling Swarm, which is basically like a Horde of Skeletons type spell, but you do Nurglings instead. But I'm probably also going to put like a Nurgling Horde thing in Blood Magic, or maybe I'll move this out of Conjuration to Blood Magic, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's say we'll do some Blood Magic. And let's get on with it. Right, I'm going to give each of you boys a couple of bodyguards, and your job is going to be to attack. I'd like to get them experience by chucking them in there, and they've got a fair bit of combat power that they can lend to proceedings, so it's decent having them around. Right, this squad is going to go and take... well, we could leave our prophet behind. That is a thought. If we leave our prophet behind, the benefit of doing that is that he can sit back and preach, and then we'll have a higher level... He will have a higher level of dominion in our home province, and that will let us recruit chosen warriors, because they require high dominion. So maybe we'll just let him do that. These two can handle it, and we need something with some resources. Heavy cavalry, yuck. You know what? I'm not feeling super confident about any of those. I'm just going to go and hit that. No, I'll hit these heavy cavalry. I guess I could put some stuff at the front as to take the charge, but I'm not going to. Calm Gull, maybe you just go and help them. Make that a little bit easier for them. Let's recruit some. Well, let's get a Marauder Shaman. So we've got Death 1, Nature 1, and then possible Air and Water. So you can get a Moss Body Caster here, but they're kind of research guys. They don't do so much else. Let's have some Warhounds. We're going to need to deal with they're going to be Lance Catchers. We're dealing with that Heavy Cavalry, and we need some stuff that can hit the Heavy Cavalry fairly hard. So I'm going to have some Berserkers. How's our battle go? Am I going to run my aspiring champions straight into a bunch of lancers and get them killed? Yeah, because they're faster than the people around them. Well, he did take a lance in the face, but he survived, although he also got hit by some vomit from one of these bile trolls. They have a bit of poison resistance, 5, but you know, it's not... They're not immune to poison or anything. The bile trolls will eventually go into melee, they're undisciplined, so they just do some vomiting. Oh, our guy is running. Is he going to survive? Yeah, but he's not going to have pleased Nurgle with that performance. Wait a minute. Can you not fly? I've never used the Carrion Dragon before. He can't fly? Good lord. I guess give us his destroyed wings, he just can't fly. Okay, well... You're not doing what I was expecting in that case. Maybe you need to go and strike out on your own. Try and do something useful, you weird dragon. Yeah, so one of our oh so brave aspiring champions just ran away, got a never healing wound. Let's see if he can redeem himself. At least this way he can go and pick up some doggies. Doggies, go and catch lances. You go and kill people. Let's go for it. Now, he doesn't actually have very much leadership. This is a problem. So he has to leave all those boys behind. Let's leave some of the hunters behind and pick up those two then. Yeah, not massively impressive, but given that we've got doggos going there, is that going to be enough to take that province? Who cares? Let's just try. Let's not overthink things. So we've got these plague doctors. They're spies. They do a bit of population killing. The main thing that they're for is to help the chances of plague spreading. So we're not going to be using those at the moment. We've got our sorcerers, of course. We can get some of those, but we just need more kind of military success at the moment. I think maybe what I'll do is just do another couple of aspiring champions, and then trolls because they're low resource cost, and then maybe just marauders. Now we've got plenty of gold. Let's do berserkers. berserkers and a couple of hunters. Off you go. He is preaching things up. Let's turn on the old income box. We're up to 4. I figured he would just win, but let's see what actually happened. Deer Tribe, not terribly frightening. The thing with Deer Tribe is, and this does sometimes cause problems, is this guy, the Barbarian Chief, just running in the middle of them. So he actually doesn't have very good protection at all. Doesn't have that many hit points, but he's an absolute destroyer in close combat. And he does have quite high fear, yeah, 18, so he uses fear to get through them, I guess. Oh, he took an affliction, a chest wound. But he's a 0 encumbrance guy, right? Yeah, he is. Still, this is a good example of what not to do with Carrion Dragon, I think. He's done a pretty bad job. But he won. How much can you really criticize when he wins? Right, we're hoping that these guys will catch these lances. It looks like I have not got that right, though. Oh, go on. No. Straight into my troops. But tower shields are pretty good at stopping lances. And the dogs should beat these militia up, so it's not the worst situation. So the aspiring champions are adding some good killing power here, which is nice. Let's just roll through this. Not worry about the rest of the fight. The Bile Trolls have quite a few cool attacks, as well as a lot of regeneration. They've got Venomous Claw, Falchion, or Falchion, and Troll Vomits, which they use sometimes. But armor-piercing damage and destroys armor and so forth. It's pretty good. You can see the dogs ripped up for the militia, and then they're now doing a pretty decent job jumping on these light cavalry. Cool. Let's throw some basic province defense down. I probably need 1 actually. Mr. Lizard, are you going to go and do helpful things? Give it a go. You'll probably be fine. Why overcomplicate stuff? So we've got foreign recruit stuff. Even if I didn't have the pop type mod on, I'd have foreign recruit things. But you can see because I've got the pop type mod on, my province defense is also made up of Nurgle stuff, which is cool. I'm going to have a Marauder Chieftain here to lead these hunters around. It'll be useful to have a couple of extra guys. We could get scouts and things. If there's some multiplayer, I'd get loads of scouts and start moving them around. But instead, I'm just going to get some Marauder Chieftains to just move troops around for me. So I don't have to rely on these guys to do it. I think you can just join in with the scrum line. Oh, he's actually got pretty decent leadership now. So he can lead all of these. He can lead all these doggy dogs as well. But I think that's fine. He doesn't have to right now. So Grill Filth Eater and Kazakh Pus Boiler. They've got to go and make their way in the world. Let's go and take that. Do we have enough to go and take this Wolf Tribe and rubbish? It would be very risky, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think what I'll do... Let's just set these guys in Guard Commander. I have serious doubts that's going to work. We are now up to 5 Dominion, which is enough that we can start getting Chosen Warriors. So I will send the Prophet over there with them, and that way the Prophet can at least do some smiting to help them out. Should be useful. So we can now recruit these guys. They're very good, but they're quite expensive. And we don't have like cheap priests to go around blessing them. But we do have these sorcerers. So if I wanted to move them around, the sorcerer can do the job. We could try out a little group of chosen. We've got room there for berserker or maybe a couple of marauders, just bulk the numbers up, and we'll just send them off in a little group. Our bless isn't very strong or anything, but they're quite strong, just, you know, their stats. The chosen are pretty cool. We've got affliction resistance, disease resistance, poison resistance, which is very nurgly, and they're pretty tough. Lots of protection. Pretty good, and they use a flail, which of course gives them 2 attacks, and it's a 2-handed weapon, and good against shields, so lots of nice abilities against indie troops for sure. Let's watch this battle in Hexwoods. So this one should be a fairly simple roll. I guess we lose our dogs. I didn't really pay attention to the report beforehand. Yeah, but once the berserkers get in there, berserkers are somewhat expensive for what they are, but they do kill things pretty quick. And then our warriors are in there too, giving them a bit of extra firepower. I quite like that these trolls have this missile attack that they use first. Oh, not troll, I'm being silly. Spitbile. Which they've got 2 ammunition for, so they just shoot that twice and then they run into combat. And that's quite good because being undisciplined, they're prone to just run ahead, particularly because they're quite fast. So the fact that they spit poison before they do that is helpful for keeping them out of just instantly running into stuff and getting slaughtered. So we've got Hexwoods, Whispering Wastes. This is our high-risk expansion. So they're going to run out and spit. These are nasty, the double daggers on the wolf tribe. If you don't have high protection, like these trolls are going to be in serious trouble if they get hit by that. And they totally whiff on their poison attacks, but everyone's caught up to them. So they might have a chance to survive here. Very, very good damage output there, killing a bunch of wolf tribe. Ooh. Absolutely smashed. He's got his arm chopped off. He'll grow it back, it's fine. The other one comes charging in, but they get repelled. Barbarian Chief's gonna get splattered. Yeah, Berserker gets him. Go, trolls, go! I love trolls. So much fun. Carrion Dragon against some rubbish. See, even a not very well thought out Awake Pretender can be pretty great for just picking up extra provinces quickly. I assume he's going to be fine here. Yeah, look at that offensive output in melee. Sweet. Unexpected events, misfortune, cursing, yada yada. Alright. We can actually move on a throne over there, but these guys are far too weak to be doing that at the moment, so I'm just going to send them back to pick up some more stuff, I guess. We have a few provinces we could potentially make our first plague in, which would be cool. None of them are in particularly great places. That's borderline, isn't it? If I manage to get the population up there with some growth, we could get a plague over there. This guy, there's like nothing there. Let's go and take that. Do you guys maybe want to come down here and be reinforced with some hunters? You can go and pick up troops back at the base. Prophet can move out over here around where my god is, which will free this guy up. Pick up some marauders. Oh, actually, that province has got more resources. Let's leave that one recruiting a bunch of people. Not very much money at the moment. I think we probably just want some more Sorcerers of Nurgle and get some site searching going too. And we can get Chaos Warrior this time. So that's another nice little group. I wouldn't normally do this, but I want to test them out, so off you go. A couple of blessings and then cast spells. Aim on. So he's a D2. Send him over here somewhere. Those two, militia and heavy infantry, militia and archers. One dog. Gruul Filth Eater, despite taking that Never Healing Wound and running away. I guess discretion is the better part of valor, because he has ended up with more experience and a heroic ability. Having that experience, but he'll eventually get promoted. So he currently has 21 experience, and he only needs to get to 40 to get his chance to become a exalted champion. So he could be onto a winner here. I think I'm just going to go and attack that. Good enough. Oh, hi, Zan. I hope to do a collaboration video with Zan in the future. He's one of my favourite Dominions YouTubers. A very knowledgeable guy. A good YouTuber style. Fenites. We'll be fine, but we're going to lose some berserkers, I guess. The javelins are probably going to hurt us here. Oh, no, not if they aim at the back rank, they won't. Wait, do they not have javelin? Oh, they're militia. I thought they were light infantry. Heavy infantry might get some of our berserkers. Oh, chopped. Does that an arm come off? No, it's another healing wound. Once they've gone berserk, they are super accurate and hard hitting, though. As you can see, they just deleted that square. So we smash through. Scarce hope wastes. Oof. Imagine living there. It's 3 commanders with no troops. Oh no, I tell a lie, there is 1 troop, a light infantry protecting the priest. Do you think our dragon can handle this? I would hope so. Chomp. Jump. Oh yeah, they can banish him because he's undead. That's funny. Not going to get a chance to. We found some air gems. More people became heroic. Is that another one of these? Yeah, these 2 original. So this is a really good thing about having these guys off the bat, just getting a couple of aspiring champions. When they get promoted, you get a much better thing, and of course you've eventually got the route that you can get to be. Looks like a skull there, but I guess it's a ruin. They eventually get to be demon princes in theory, and demon princes are really good. If you want to see what a demon prince looks like, if we look at our national overview, no, Pretenders of the World, I have to click on, and then Carmgul. You can see in our preview sites, promotions, no commander promotions, aspiring champion, exalted hero, very happy with that sprite, Chaos Lord, very cool, and his big froggy, and then finally you get a demon prince, and again, pretty happy with that. Sprite, I think he looks cool, but he's very, very strong, as you can see, very high protection, so and pretty decent paths for buffing himself up. You know, you can do regeneration, you can do soul vortex, skeletal body. Having a bit of blood is good for doing reinvigoration at the start of a fight. Or is that what it's called? I can't remember. But yeah, it's good for getting rid of fatigue. There you've got an example of, so when you recruit Marauders, you get a random selection of Marauders, and sometimes you get Forsaken, and the Nurgle Forsaken are particularly good. You can see these are actually pretty great. The Tentacle is armor piercing, and it's untyped damage, which is good for getting past people with physical resistances against like Slash and Club and so on. You're very welcome, Zan. So we're going to have another squad, but I think they're going to wait for a turn. We're going to build up a stronger army there. We're going to keep getting Sorcerers of Nurgle. We're going to keep getting Chosen because they're fun. And let's bulk them up with some doggos, so you're always useful for catching lances, and an extra marauder. Actually, Vial Trolls don't cost very many resources, so we'll do that instead. Down here, they're not great things for guarding commanders, but even having some guards that aren't particularly competent is super useful for keeping them alive, reducing the number of attacks they take, so they get more chance to beat stuff up. Can we take some woodsmen down? I'm going to try. And then this army... I think we just want to knock over this lion tribe over here. Or have I not got province defense? Throw some up. Prophet has picked up plenty over here. This is good that I've got the Prophet over here because Alright, well, he can keep that. He's obviously got the ability to do Divine Blessing, which is significantly more effective. Go to the front, boys. Back him up. Let's go for the closest. I don't think you're that much risk of killing your friends. So, but I guess now that we've moved him out, we can have Amon do a bit of searching, and the Prophet can move in here. And let's have our Carrion Dragon go... Oh no, that's interesting. He's got recuperation. I forgot that about the Carrion. I really don't know much about the Carrion Dragon. He's really an interesting potential expander. I think he's quite bad, but it's kind of cool that he had reinvigoration, so that chest wound didn't end up being a problem, and he had encumbrance 0 to begin with. Once he can cast some things, it would be a lot better. We're going to research on blood magic, but our research is terrible right now. Should we try and take that out? Honestly, no. We should probably go and hit that, and then instead move this group down here. Yeah, and just knock that over, because it's in our Dominion. That will probably be a good idea. And I think because the troops are all different speeds, we should probably hold for longer before we attack. Make them split up a bit more. Back at base. You can go and meet the Prophet with those, and we'll have a pretty strong stack down there. Got anything else going on? Not really. I probably just want to have a bunch of these guys running around, but let's save our gold. Greenwoods. So another tiny little expansion force. Ooh. I don't know about that one. Woodspike Blowmen are actually really nasty. If they manage to get damage on you, you get paralyzed. Vine Men, not terribly scary. You can see the slime effect there going out. Did I manage to click on the slimed one? No, I didn't. One of you should be slimed. Did that just not... Oh, he's slimed. There we go, slowed and slimed. Yeah, the Bile Troll's Vomit does a bit of that. There go the blowpipes shooting up the troll. He does have really high poison resistance, or 10 is pretty decent poison resistance. Are we going to be able to cut through this quick enough to avoid getting completely overwhelmed by these tiny little darts that are just hammering into us? A lot of our guys are already falling asleep, so maybe not. And the trolls are running away, so I think we've screwed this one up by underestimating the power of the blowpipe. We are chopping through their Vine Men, and we're not asleep yet. Not all of us. Champion's got free. Oh, he's getting shut up though. He's too sleepy. He's my sleepiest boy. And they're gonna have to run away. They'll survive probably though. You gotta take risks. Midria, speaking of risks. How's the Carrion Dragon gonna do? Now, they've not split up very much, but they have a bit. We'll get a chance to hit this militia first. We'll rout them pretty quick. And then hopefully the heavy infantry don't do that much damage before we kill them all. Yeah, looking good. How damaged did we get? Somewhat damaged, and we got a limp, but that'll go away. Glistening Wood, that sounds disgusting. Just up Nurgle Street. Lion Tribe. We should be absolutely fine here. I don't rate that. The javelins might hurt us. The berserkers might take these javelins in a bad way. But they're through them already. And they're just going to splat these Lion Tribe because they've got no armor. Even if they get shield hits, they're just going to blow through the shields and kill them. They're surprisingly not doing that well, those guys. They're missing quite a lot. Anyway, another victory. An aspiring champion was promoted in Glistening Wood. So the way the promotion works is you get this icon showing that they're being judged by the god, and then they'll either turn into an aspiring champion or he'll turn into some kind of chaos spawn. And that's going to happen next turn. Not this turn. where we lost to our woodsman blowpipe friends, our commanders did survive and retreat, so that's good. I think all we need to do here we'll give them one chosen each to guard them, and we'll just send them straight back in. The fact that they're damaged does not concern me in the slightest. We even have disease here, but Nurgle is happy with his people being diseased. That's perfectly fine. Unworried. We'll guard you, and you know, you can also join in attacking. Why not? It's not a good idea, but it's fun. Whole squad. So we will easily deal with the woodpipe woodsman, but we can move there and then do the cavalry. Let's do that. Keep it straightforward. More defense. Vine Dragon. Bear Tribe. Axes, they hit quite hard. And I do have a limp right now. I could wait for a turn. Let's just have him chill for a turn and search. Have we found somewhere? This is actually a good plague site. This is a good fort site. If I get my people to go over there, and we'll save up some money. Let's get rid of that recruitment. Recruiting over here? No. And over here, we will be able to... In fact, can you start us off? Building a palisade? That's a massive waste of a turn for him, but he was just going to chill anyway, so it's fine. Let's have lower cost guys this turn, and we've got a lot of resources now. We could use them up on... well, Chaos Knights cost more gold than resources. We don't really have a resource sink unit. The closest thing is this, 30 gold, 25 resources, the Chaos Warrior. But having a bunch of them is nice. And some Marauders. Let's save a bit of money. Let's just get some Chaos Warriors. Actually, we'll get one chosen in there, shall we? Nah. Let's spend our resources. Let's get some Chaos Warriors. Right, you silly boys, what are you up to? Not much. Not much. Horse Tribe. Yeah, that's fine. As you can see, not very efficient expansion, really, but they are terrifying. In close combat, the Chaos units are really great. Nurgle 1's a bit less offensively potent and a bit tougher. Can't really sound to Khorne. Khorne definitely has the best ones. And then I guess it's probably like Khorne are the best, and then Nurgle and then Slaanesh are kind of a little bit behind. But Slaanesh have very good magic. Little sip of drink. Greenwoods. Oh, this is us getting revenge on the Woodsman. Let's have a look at our Blessed Chosen here. Withering Weapons. Being Berserk, or having Berserker, is quite nice on a unit like this. They're just going to absolutely roll through everything that's in their way here. Oh, there's the Marauder Chieftain getting stuck in. You like to see that. You better run. Well, we do have a bunch of shielded people, which is good. They're going to need them. The thing with Horse Tribe is they are surprisingly nasty in close combat, because when you reach them, they charge you with the Light Lance. And that does a decent amount of damage. I think it's not going to be enough to take out our Aspiring Champion and so on, though. Let's watch and find out. So he just starts chopping up. He only gets 2 attacks per turn. He's not going to kill that many of them that quickly. Oh, he did get charged up. Something nasty there. Oh. That protection was not keeping those lances out of his skin. Kept him alive. Oh, and he gets killed. Yeah, no, I underestimated the damage off those lances quite a bit there. The Berserker's doing some good damage. The thing is, when you kill that front rank, that second rank also then hits you with their lances, so it can be kind of nasty. Our only hope here is to rout them. Yeah! Kill a couple more. Come on. When you lose an aspiring champion, it's not great, but there's always 2 more getting off the bus. Got promotion in Venna. So I think, annoyingly, yeah, that was our guy who was about to get promoted that got killed. Fortunately, his friend, Grill Filth Eater, is getting promoted instead. You should probably not risk Grill Filth Eater since he's in a bit of a mess. Let's give him a couple of these guys as bodyguards. Yeah, they're. He maybe needs to chill for a bit. We'll see what he gets promoted into. Just too in love with being reckless. So even though we've got no independence because I've got the pop type mod turning them all off, you can still get these independence from sites like the Merman Village. So if we wanted to, we could make Merman at a considerable cost, get ourselves underwater, but we could do it. Are we going to go and fight some horse tribe? You betcha. So he can go and help them, but he's not allowed to go running into the fight. I'm going to put him all the way at the back there. And we'll leave him 1 bodyguard. Everyone else can get involved. Rank Yamal, he's got a limp, so he's not going to get very far into the fight anyway. Let's take away his bodyguard. He doesn't need it, because he's not actually going to get into the fight very quickly. Right. Dragon, stop being silly. You're not supposed to be making a fort. You make us a temple. Dragon, go and fight some wolf tribe. Throw a little bit of province defense on there. We'd really like to have an exalted hero, but he takes a whacking 7 Dominion. It's really hard to get them. Or maybe I should drop that down to 6, I'm not sure. I'm going to get one of my cap only mages, because I haven't had one yet. And we'll have some chosen, and we'll have a Chaos Warrior. Actually, if we don't have one of those, we can have 3 Chaos Warriors. Chaos Warriors are cool because they can get promoted into chosen. They can also get promoted into our other sacred, which is the Putrid Blightkin, who has quite a lot of nice features, including just being extremely hard to kill because of the Shield of the Cursed being quite a good shield, and him having tons of protection. You know, lots of wound fend, affliction resistance, and demon flies, which are very good at repelling. They don't do very much damage, but they are very good at repelling because people don't like to attack into someone who's got tons of flies flying out of him and stinging them. Oh, I see some more comments in chat that I didn't notice. Bro69 says, Yo, Somber, it's been a while since you stream. How you been doing, man? I've been doing okay. I've just not been doing too much YouTube stuff for a bit. Been kind of doing some other hobbies and, of course, working on Nurgle. But I'll be doing some more videos. I'll definitely do a video about the next release of the mod, going over the changes, because there's quite a lot of stuff. It's not just adding Nurgle. And I'll probably do some more nation overviews. I'd like to do some more YouTube content. It's fun. Doombot says, it's really cool, I love the sprites. Me too. I love Warhammer. One thing they're a bit confused by, is there a reason Nurgle has no national access to foul vapours? It feels like a spell their mages should be able to do thematically. That's true. They can get to foul vapours. I will show you. So the Marauder Shaman, you can boost up his nature and water to get to foul vapours. Getting to foul vapours from an N1 water 1, not ideal. But yeah, they don't have any foul vapours on the sorcerer and so on. What I might do is add a Nurgle specific version of foul vapours for them. I didn't really think that having water magic on the sorcerer and the sorcerer lord, it wasn't what I was going for. But I might give them a version of foul vapours that uses like death and nature and make it slightly different. Like maybe it'll do poison clouds and disease clouds or something. I'm not sure. I think I'll do something like that. So I haven't really done that many national spells for them other than summons, and I haven't thought about it that much. But yeah, it's a good point. I think I would like to have. You know what? Let's try out some Chaos Knights. They're completely terrifying. Let's get some of them, and we'll back them up with these Ashen Horsemen. So this is their kind of medium cavalry, very low protection, but he does hit very hard with his scythe. He's got a 2-handed scythe he hits with. They've got a little bit of Some extra abilities, Pillager and so on. Pretty good morale too. What are we doing? Do we look at our battles? Star Peaks. I kind of spoiled that then, but our dragon seems to. It's surprising how good he is, considering he's rubbish. I didn't really plan him out properly. Just being a big dragon is quite effective. You know, taking all these provinces, each of these is paying out the whole time. It speeds you up a lot. It also can give you a threat against people who are trying to fight you early. So an extra ability out there. It chases them all off with Sphere. Battle in Olya. Fairly big army. Tons of horrible horse drive who are going to shoot us up pretty nasty. But our chosen, when they get close, are going to smash up the horse drive. That's not going to be an issue. Let's put this on fast. That's right, vomit on them. Slime them up. In go the chosen. And they're going to start beating the hell out of them up in the top of the screen there. These guys down the bottom are not going to do very well though. There goes one flank. There goes the horsies. So we get an aspiring champion promoted to an exalted hero, which is very cool. Band of robbers messed with the wrong diseased evil humans and got their gold confiscated. And then a peddler has sold his wares for the price that the Earthfather intended. 1 gold for you, 1 copper, and then we'll kick you into the gutter and steal your stuff. So, where's our exalted? Here he is. Grill Filth Eater is now an exalted hero. Because he's an exalted hero, he gets recuperation, so he's going to get the ability to get rid of these afflictions, which is nice. And he's also a much better leader. So we now have a proper general for our army, which we've been missing a little bit so far. Let's throw all these guys in together. And let's give him some more bodyguards. Let's give him a couple of marauders. People who will definitely be able to keep up with him rather than these heavier guys. Oh, and of course he's now sacred, so he's going to benefit from the bless. Right. I think this whole stack could go and attack stuff. We could attack Ind. I'm not super into that. I'm just going to move across and go over here, I think. Barbarians, the natural enemy of gods. Am I going to risk fighting a bunch of barbarians? That could be any number of barbarians. It's barbarians or bear tribe. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go fight them. Who cares? So over here, we're still putting up palisades, and we're also going to have a lab because I want to show you what the plagues do. Bro69 says he is looking forward to having a nation overview of some of the Empire factions. Yeah, I would like to do those. I'd probably do a video that's like about all 3 of them, I imagine, rather than doing 3 separate videos on them, because they've got a lot of similarities. But there's some more stuff I'd like to do for them, like most factions. There's always little bits I'd like to add in. Yeah, it'd be nice to do. Should we get another fort up? It looks like we've got enough money to get another palisades going. Do we have someone standing around in an area that could do with the palisades? Not noticeably, although we could get a fort here. You know what? I think we should do a fort there. Donate your soldiers and make us a palisades. Probably just going to play for a little bit longer, and then I might keep streaming this. I'll see if people are interested in watching it. I really just hadn't done any videos in a while and just wanted to do a video people could check out and show off Nurgle, which are going to, they'll be coming out soon. I generally find that sword barbarians are a lot more scary than maul barbarians. The great sword is the thing that makes them very scary. However, this is enough barbarians that I'm pretty sure this dragon's about to die. The only thing that he could do that would allow him to survive is they do have bad morale, and he does have a silly amount of fear. And fear does radiate out from him. So if he can survive for a couple of turns, it is possible that he could fear them. Although he may still get killed by berserk barbarian chiefs. Let's watch. I think he's just going to get chopped to pieces. Ouch. Oh, the repel. The power of the sleep vines with their length 3 repelling these barbarians. Come on, don't get chopped. Use your fear. Make your frightening face. Go on. He routed. And he's surrounded. He's chopped to pieces. Yeah, don't attack barbarians with your silly dragon. There's a lesson for us all there. You guys. I'm going to attack that and then I'm going to go and get revenge, my god. He's not the real god anyway, Nurgle is. Don't tell anyone. You can sit here and research. Oh, we've got someone who can do blood hunting. It's only blood one. What you'd really want to do is research construction up and get sanguine dowsing rods in order for Nurgle to be any good at blood hunting at all. This is our higher level mage. It's not like great. Nurgle doesn't have great magic, but death and nature are both good. And having death 3 guys and nature 3 guys, and having earth and nature together is pretty nice. But yeah, they're not magically the best, Nurgle. I might give them some more options. I'll just have to think about it. They're still quite new. I haven't done that much testing with them, that much playing around. And obviously I'll be eliciting feedback from people. Let's build a big cavalry army like we were going to. Go. And let's have a marauder leader to lead this cavalry army around until we can get a proper general. That leaves us with a slot free for doing an aspiring champion, which is always worth doing. Some pretty tough stuff there. Let's give these to this guy with blood. And you can go over there and do something. Where was our palisades? Down here. So we need to get... If we're going to do another plague, we need to get some more guys down there. Are those dogs slowing... Is this guy bothering you, ma'am? Are those dogs slowing you down? Just go over there. Sounds like an infomercial. Mutated chaos hounds getting you down. Have you ever thought to yourself, there's gotta be a better way? With new chaos hound begun, you can get rid of chaos hounds in a matter of seconds. I have so much money. So really, because I've got these recruits anyway, guys, I should be looking at a province that's got, some production and so on, including this one, and I should be sticking some recruitment on here. Let's have some Marauder Horsemen down there. Let's have a guy and some Marauders over there. And this is going to be some hunters over there. We didn't really spend much on mages, that's part of the reason. I would also want to throw up province defense, particularly when the AI is near you. You just want to throw up province defense because it makes them back off, and this will stop us from losing our fort there. And let's have more over here to keep this fort safe. That's fine. It's just single player after all. Jake Slayer has a question. What's the deal with chaos marks? Some have effects, some just take up a misc slot. Is there any plan to make them all have pros and cons and maybe a way to forge them? From Jake Slayer. Do you mean the chaos marks that the beastmen have? Because the beastmen use them to do some... I didn't actually make the beastmen nation. I have made some edits to it, but it was made by my friend Sasuli, who did a really good job on it. And from what I remember, the chaos marks there are just to give specific abilities to the different beastmen shamans. I think they were useful in terms of coding up some events and things as well. The other Chaos factions don't have Chaos marks. Yeah, maybe when I do a proper look at the Beastmen, like a national overview, I can go into those. But I'm not against making some Chaos marks forgeable or giftable, maybe. Like we could have something where the various commanders that get promoted have a chance to get a special mark from their god that goes in a misc slot and does something. Amradon. That's going to be very one-sided because we have a big squad of Chosen. They're very expensive, 60 gold each. That I would say kind of almost overpriced in terms of how expensive they are. They're like a vanity unit. Did I accidentally... Hold on. Oh, he was discovered. Okay, that's fine. We get another aspiring champion promoted. Hopefully he will become an exalted hero. And wow, we're at the confluence of a bunch of stuff here now. We've got Pangaea appearing too. Let's throw up some province defense. So I'm going to stop this video fairly soon. I was hoping that I could get to the point that we had a plague first. So what I need to do is get our Dominion up here where we have the lab and a temple. We've got enough population, we've got the fort, but we need to get that Dominion up. So the way that we can do that is we could either send over some people to preach, or of course we could get our god who is dead so he can't help us, or we could get our prophet. If he weren't so busy down here, our prophet could go and help up there. So maybe I'll just march my prophet back, kill this lot of barbarians off, and maybe we'll just move. We're moving an H2 from our home, and we'll move. We can start recruiting our own extras there. Decent amount of resources. Let's start getting Chaos Warriors in big numbers. Big numbers. Still lots of resources. Askelo, your job is to lead a cavalry force. Yeah, look at that nice distance that they can travel. You love to see it. Off he goes. Let's get him over there. Actually, you should be leading a little army, I guess. Can't take them. Do you think that this force of silly sausages can beat up this large number of bear tribe? Let's try. Click, click, click. Why did I build him that? Oh, because he's going to chill out and get those guys. I was just setting myself up to have more people constantly being recruited. It's not necessarily a smart thing to do. Let's just stick with it for now. Do. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to show you a plague before I go off to bed. Oh, what? Lost one. Hopefully it's not the one who was about to get promoted. Is it him? Am I constantly losing the one who's about to get promoted by just hurling them into fights? I hate barbarians. Oh my god, I should have positioned him very differently, I'll put it that way. These barbarians continue to keep winning. Except for the whole thing where they all die. Yeah, barbarians suck, man. They killed one of my chosen too. Awful. Eagle Rich Mountains. Are we going to have a repeat of that over here with the bear tribe causing trouble? Oh, nice bless, genius. You missed most of them. How dare you? Okay, that's better. I hope none of them run over here and kill him. I don't imagine they will. Bear tribe hit pretty hard with their little hatchets and their extra strength. Oh, I guess they don't really hit very hard. There's enough of them and they have lots of javelins throwing in. Oh, we're getting kind of surrounded over there. Go on, break their morale. Nice. That just shows you how hardy these guys are. Starting off with 21 hit points. Very nice. Well, if one aspiring champion gets yeeted, we've always got more where that came from. Alright, I think I'm just going to kind of ignore this stuff and see if we can get a plague going over here. So we're going to preach to get this Dominion up. We need that at 4+. I think it has to be more than 4 actually. I may have miswritten that a bit. Straight down the middle. You go anywhere good? Oh, that's that phantasmal throne. I hate that one. Really? Are you going to go and do that? No. You're going to chill out and I'm going to send some reinforcements to help you. You know what? No dogs for you, sir. That'll do. Let's keep him out of the way. I refuse to not set these guys on to attack. I refuse to. That'll do nicely. Yeah, so you can go over here as well, and maybe you could help with the throne. You could all help with the throne. Except for my prophet, who has to go and get this plague started, because I do want to get that done. And back at base, let's just have some stuff. Back home. You can build us a temple. Pangaea declares war on us, that's fine. The battle in Gold Mountains. I figure Pangaea will win this one. Those axes. They're such a cool unit. Go on, throw up on them. Oh, he missed. I can't even look when we get slaughtered. Bro69 asks, did you make a high elf faction? I forget if you did. There is a high elf faction. Yeah, there's a high elf faction. It's got tons of stuff. It was originally made by Death Jester for Dominions 3, and then I've kind of updated it and added new stuff to it and so on. Jake Slayer, either way the Beastmen play without cities, and even older lore where they were a bunch of animal-human hybrids instead of just goats and bulls with the pucks. Yeah, that was Sasuli really got into some of the kind of older lore where they're like the Beastmen, they have like, you know, beast ducks and beasts, everything, and they don't just have horned animals, but the ones with the horns are the ones that have high status in society. Zan asked, when do you think Nurgle will be out? This week. It will be out this week. And Ash says your work is amazing. That's really kind. Thanks, Ash. I'm just really glad people enjoy it. It's I feel kind of blessed to make something that people enjoy, because a lot of people, you know, a lot of mods, they don't give very much feedback, and you know, not that many people play them. People still make them for fun. I would still make this mod even if nobody played it. If it was just me, I would still be making it. But it's really nice to get encouragement from people. So I have finally got a plague. That's not something I thought I was going to be saying out loud. An unexpected event has occurred in Midiria. Nurgle has gifted you with his most prized creation, the plague known as Nurgle's Rot. Nurture the plague and help it spread, and you will be rewarded with death gems and plague bearers, while your enemies, whoops, need to fix that typo, while your enemies suffer unrest, population loss, and plague bearer attacks. And we've got a Hold on, indeed. So this is definitely a bug. I need to fix this. You shouldn't be able to get both plagues. You should only get one plague and not the other. And I thought that there was something that stopped this from happening, but I'm going to have to go and check. So that's a bug. We've got Nurgle rot already starting to spread. From adjacent province, Nurgle control provinces benefit from the plague. Each month, you have a 20% chance of getting 1d3 plague bearers and a 10% chance of getting 1d3 death gems. We've got a promotion over there and promotion in Star Peaks. So and then we've got these worldwide events. So everyone in the game will see this because the plagues are actually quite important, and they're going to want to do things to stop them. So this one is for the zombie plague. Fortify your villages and prepare weapons of fire, for Nurgle has unleashed the zombie plague upon the world of mortals. The zombie plague attacks the lungs and brain, quickly killing the host before reanimating their corpse to mindlessly attack others. You know how zombies work. These plague zombies will swell Nurgle's ranks and cause death and unrest until the plague can be contained or eliminated. And there's a little guide here, out of character, out of lore. The zombie plague starts as a site in a Nurgle-controlled province of sufficient population with a fort, lab, temple, and positive dominion that is not the capital. So this is giving people a hint as to where it is. Each turn, adjacent provinces may become infected with the zombie plague. Each of these provinces will provide plague zombies as troops to Nurgle if it controls the province, or cause unrest and population loss if not controlled by Nurgle. So it sucks to have the plague there if you're not Nurgle. Stealthy plague doctors provide additional chances of the plague spreading in even adjacent provinces. In order to eliminate the plague from their provinces, nations other than Nurgle may try province defense of around 20 or more. There's some fuzziness built in there. A temple and or a lab. Each of these gives its own chance to eliminate the plague locally. And then we get another message because we got both plagues, which is a bug, but I will fix it. Despair of life, rejoice in rebirth, mortals. Grandfather Nurgle has released his most favoured disease upon the world. Nurgle's rot strikes with a dizzying variety of repulsive and fatal symptoms, and has the ability to transform men into plague bearers, which swell the ranks of Nurgle's demonic legions. And then there's a description of how you get rid of this. You need less PD, but positive dominion helps against Nurgle's rot, because belief in a different god kind of defeats this demonic disease. And then you've got temples and labs also give you a chance to get rid of it. So you've got ways of defending against it, and they're ways that any player would automatically be doing anyway, and that the AI would do. That's very important that it works with the AI, because a lot of people play single player, including me. We've got construction of some forts. So if I go over here to Midria, you can see I've got two sites, Nurgle's Rot and Zombie Plague. They haven't done anything yet, I think. Nope, no plague bearers or zombies have turned up yet. They have spread to an adjacent province. Which province did they spread to? There, Nom. Did Nom get anything? Nom did. So we didn't get an event telling us this, because it would be annoying to constantly get events telling us that we've got plague bearers. But we now have 2 plague bearer demons for free in Nom. You have to go and pick them up, but that's just because the disease has spread, and it's going to keep spreading and spreading and spreading. And Nurgle, they don't get rid of it. They want it to spread around and do stuff. Other nations, they can try and get rid of it, but it's going to cause them problems and kill some of their population. So this is one of Nurgle's big mechanics. That's how it works. As I say, this is a bug that they got both of them, but what should have happened is they should have got Nurgle's Rot, should not have been able to get the Zombie Plague, and then down here at some point, when we get the Dominion up around this fort, they should have been able to get the Zombie Plague later. So I will fix it, but that is how it's supposed to work. If I end the turn, I'm just going to end the turn a couple of times, and we can see the plague spreading and moving around. So these events at the moment are happening constantly to tell people every turn how to deal with the plague. I might change that. I don't know. I might have it so they only go off once, but I want people to be able to see every turn how they can deal with the plague, because otherwise, it's not their nation. So I want the mechanics of how it's working to be clear to them, because it will impact them. Hexwood has got Nurgle's Rot. Nom has got nothing important happening yet. So you can see that while the zombie plague has not yet spread, Nurgle's Rot has spread to Hexwood. So it's now got chances to spread over here, 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 here. Lots of provinces could end up with Nurgle's Rot. Let's see if it keeps spreading. We didn't get any plague bearers there. Did we get any in Nom? We got one more in Nom. And down here, we got plague zombies from the zombie plague, and we got some plague bearers. So you can see you end up with quite a lot of free troops as this plague spreads around. I'm going to have to check the balance on that and make sure that it isn't overwhelming, but that's basically how it's going to work. let's end the turn and take another look. See if we get some more plague events. And this is where I've got to test it to find bugs like this. So we get a bunch of things. The zombie plague has gone to Scarce Hope Wastes. Nurgle's Rot has gone to Kuna Iral. Zombie plague is in Star Peaks. They're really spreading now. Nurgle's Rot has given us some death nature gems. Okay, so that's also a bug. That needs to give you death gems, not nature gems. So I will fix that. More death gems. That's funny, it's all these plague events that are spring fairy. It's been spreading joy and laughter. Hooray! And this is the events again, just telling everyone how the plagues work. They will trigger every turn. And we'll see if people get too annoyed with that and have to get rid of it. But you can see we're already building up quite a lot of plague zombies. Plague zombies aren't particularly good, but they're mindless. And there's tons of the plague bearers, definitely better. So where did we spread to? Where have we got a zombie? We've got Nurgle Rot over here. It's going to go to the capital too. And Zombie Plague has now spread over in this direction. Now, these shouldn't be able to go into the same place. You shouldn't be able to get Zombie Plague and Nurgle's Rot. I'm not sure what happened over here, but they shouldn't be able to overlap each other. So you should get the plague spreading in different directions and end up with some different stuff. And you won't see the events as Nurgle when the plague is spreading into them, but it should spread into enemy territory as well. There's nothing stopping it, and then they'll have to get rid of it by the various different means that they have. Okay, I think that's enough for this stream and enough for tonight. I am tired and need to go to bed. Have we got any questions before I go? Let's have a look. Jake Slayer says, one of my favourite bits of writing is the chapter on the Heldenhammer book, where Sigmar and his men ambush some beastmen, and the way it's described, the scrawny dogmen banging on stretched skin drums and a bray shaman channeling lightning, is just amazing, babe. Yeah, I agree. The beastmen have some really cool stuff. Cecilia did a really good job. Let me know if you have any feedback about the beastmen. They're, I think I've made some balance changes to them, which will be in the next version. But yeah, I do love them. Jake Slayer says, I meant to say chef's kiss, not babe. That's okay, babe. Zan asks, will you also have an interesting video on the mechanics, or did you do it at the start of the stream? I have been talking about the mechanics throughout, but I will do a video specifically, like, I did one for Khorne, which was a quick preview. So for Nurgle, I will either do a quick preview or I will do a full national overview because I do love Nurgle very much. I might leave the full national overview until I get some more feedback because there's usually some bugs and things that I need to fix and some balance changes. Zan asks, are provinces with max sites immune to plague? Yes, they are. The event won't try to overwrite any of the sites. Bro69 thinks it might be overpowered, getting a lot of free units. Well, it depends. It depends. There are some kind of drawbacks and limits on the plague. Getting lots of free zombies is like the Plague Zombie one. Those zombies are okay. It's kind of like some of the other like free spawn spells and things. But it's probably true that I need to tweak the kind of the balances, tweak the numbers basically. So I'll make it so the plague spreads more slowly, or it gives you less stuff, or it's less likely to give you stuff. There's a lot of numbers that I can move around, and I think it's worth just testing out and seeing how it does. But the plagues are intended to be a really strong thing that Nurgle has, and a really significant bonus to them. And they're partly there to kind of counterbalance the fact that Nurgle doesn't have particularly great mages. They're not bad, but they're not particularly great. And Nurgle is supposed to be very strong. Basically, the strongest faction in the Chaos factions is supposed to be Khorne, pretty much. Nurgle and Tzeentch around the same level. Slaanesh a little bit weaker, but around the same level. All the Chaos factions are supposed to be very strong. That's the intention. Zan says, I guess max sites equals so much localized magical power that a Nurgle-bound plague fizzles out there. Yeah, it's good to come up with a kind of in-universe justification, but yeah, it's just because of the way events work that it doesn't do that. So yeah, you will be immune, but there's not that many sites that get up to the maximum. Not many provinces get up to the maximum number of sites, even with some of the extra sites that the mod adds, where they're being put in there. But it might happen, and then you would be immune to the plague. But there's lots of other ways that you can kick the plague out and stop it from causing trouble. the way that it's coded, if the plague spreads into your province, you get all of your chances to kick the plague out before it has any negative effects. It can move into your province and have negative effects immediately, but in between it arriving in the province and having the negative effects, in the order of events, that's when you have your chances to kick it out. So if it moves into a province that has a lab, a temple, high, like Nurgle's Rot, if it moves into a province with a lab, a temple, high dominion, and high province defense, it will probably just get kicked out before it can do anything bad. Okay, that is enough from me for today. I will catch you over another time. Thanks for watching and participating, and keep it sleazy.